The perk of having all the abilities of Luthor Strode and infinite stamina is that it also gave my brain the ability to have super intelligence, even surpassing that of Nezu. So even at 1 year of age I was able to train and exercise using the Hercules method, and I also did the Saitama training every day for 3 years. But I also studied everything about being a doctor, and I had read every book. By the time I was 4 years old I could speak every language, and I now had skills as a child that no adult has. I even became a volunteer veterinarian so I could sharpen my skills as a doctor. But that's not all I learned. I learned everything in the short amount of time I had been living on Earth. I had learned how to make advanced gadgets and technology. I even designed my own hero suit that could turn me invisible, and my hero suit is also made of very advanced nanotechnology because I designed my superhero costume myself. I wanted it to be invincible and able to repair itself, so I created a power source for my nanites that never run out, and I even managed to discover a new metal element that's invincible and highly flexible. Because of this I now had a superhero costume that could definitely survive anything and also protect my entire body. And unlike the original Deku, my face mask doesn't look like All Might, it looks like a ninja face mask. That's right, I designed my superhero suit to look like a ninja, and my ninja suit is mostly black with a bit of green trim. And because I'm so powerful and incredibly smart, Nezu allowed me to take the test to get my provisional hero license so that I could legally save people and help everyone, because my nanite ninja suit not only has the powers to protect me but to heal everyone around me, because I designed it that way. Because someday soon I'm going to heal All Might myself using my genius level invention. And as a 5-year-old I even managed to save the water hose heroes, and in doing so I also saved young Koda, restoring hope and faith in heroes. And my nanite ninja suit had the powers to repair anything, and it could even restore human flesh. So I used my technology and my powers for good, until one day I saw Katsuki Bakugo bullying a quirkless kid. So I stepped in front of the kid and I said, "Kachan, stop this, it's wrong to bully people." And at a young age I had read every book on martial arts, and I had also mastered human anatomy, and I know where every pressure point on the human body is, and I use the perfect martial arts to disable most villains. And I decided to use that on Katsuki Bakugo today. Since I had now mastered my strength and powers at 7 years old, I decided to disable all the bullies' legs and arms temporarily so I can turn them into the teachers. And Katsuki Bakugo said, "Out of my way, Deku, this don't concern you. You're my friend and I don't want to fight you." And then I said, "It's because I'm your friend that I'm telling you that it's wrong for you to bully the helpless, and this kid is innocent and he didn't do anything to you, and I know it, so I'm asking you as my best friend, Kachan, don't bully helpless people because it's wrong." And then Kachan got angry and said, "Okay Deku, if you're going to stand in my way, maybe it's time I showed you the power of my quirk." And then I sighed and said, "I was hoping we could resolve this peacefully without bloodshed, but I'm going to ask you one more time nicely and politely, Katsuki Bakugo, please stop bullying quirkless children." And then Katsuki Bakugo said, "Enough talking, you and I have been sparring for a while, Deku. Now it's time for me to see how well you do against me in a real fight." And then I said, "Well, if you insist on this nonsense, then very well, I'll fight you and your friends, okay? And I'm willing to make you a deal. If I beat you all today, you all have to do whatever I say from now on, but if any of you can land a single punch on me, then I'll do whatever you say, Katsuki. How about that?" And then Katsuki Bakugo smirked and he said, "Deal." And then I smirked and said, "You know, I've never shown you all my abilities, but I'm going to show you today, Katsuki Bakugo." And then Katsuki Bakugo laughed and said, "You just have super strength like All Might." And then I said, "No, not exactly. I also have genius level intelligence, and it allows me to do incredible things, and I also have infinite stamina, which means unlike you and your friends, I don't need to sleep, and I get stronger every time I get hurt, and I want you to think about that for a second, Katsuki Bakugo." And then I smirked and I moved so fast Katsuki Bakugo couldn't see me, and then at lightning speed I struck all the pressure points on Katsuki Bakugo and his bully friends with incredible precision, and I decided to keep their arms and legs disabled through their pressure points until I reactivated their arms and legs again. And then right after I was done, Katsuki Bakugo smirked and said, "You didn't do anything, Deku." And then I said, "Okay, then try to move." And they all tried but couldn't move.